good evening, and welcome to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken, right here on Island Zone Radio. Hope everyone is all right. I see Susanny B. Monistar says she loved this old tune. So, how are you doing, my dear co-host? How is everything with you?
Everything is just fine. Feeling peachy today. It's been a wonderful, fantastic day.
Oh,
You know,
beautiful.
yeah. But I'm sporting the color, the purple color, because it's the International Women's Month as well, and a shalwar because tomorrow is Pagua.
Oh, really?
However, Ken, I just want to say a welcome our from our hearts with Radhika and Ken our family, right? Our family and friends. Thank you for logging on this evening, and we are here to to help you pass a good 2 hours with us. Thank you for joining us. So, Ken, do you remember it has been 6 years and 3 days that we met for the first time?
Oh, really? You count them days?
Yeah, 3 days and about 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, you
yeah.
got good memory. But I think
6 days,
Facebook,
3 days, and 2 hours.
I
That
think
was
Facebook did a good job in reminding
and
you.
reminding me, right? I
Yes.
can't take all the credit.
No, it's okay. That's fine. You can take credit.
Yes. So, I mean, we knew each other for 6 years, and you were asking me all the time to come on the radio with you, and I was dilly dallying. I was making up my mind, and today I'm rather thankful and that you asked me and you keep insisting. You didn't give up on me, so I just want to thank you for persistence, and I am having a blast on the radio, and I made so many new friends and good friends.
Right.
So thank you once again.
You're welcome, but I should put a lash in you for waiting and wasting so much of my time. We could have been doing a lot of things over the years, but you know what? There's an old saying: everything happened at its own right and the right time. So, well, it's always a pleasure having you with me on the radio, and I only hope that as you are counting the days, that we go on to do great things for the people that we serve, those are our listeners, those underserved people. So I think we are all fired up and ready to go. I think we are doing great for now, and you are growing every day, like I am growing too. So that's a great thing. You're a smart lady, so I see through you a long time, and always I see the potential that you didn't see. So thank God. And sometimes, y- y- people come into our lives and we don't know why they come into our lives, why we rub shoulders. Some people, as you know, that they they comes into our life to help us to grow. Some bring stress. Some there's different things. Some bring to give us lessons too. But I only hope that you being my partner, that we will last a long time. And as I always tell you, that you know what, there is no plan in me to say that let me look for a different co-host, because I think we have the same goal, and when we have the same goal, that's what really matters to me. That we can work together and get great things done for our people, and that's what the goal is. As you know, I don't know, sometimes I get the speed of talking. you know I think that my cup is full and run it over. And then after COVID, you know that I was very sick with COVID, and I think that's on me. So what I want to do now with the rest of my life, and I want to get a seat right next to God, in that garden, the beautiful garden with some birds flying over me and whistling and so on. Is trying to do good so that I can get a seat up there. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I think we're so much alike, because we are not looking for fame or riches or anything like that. Our goal is to help others,
Right, right, right.
right? That's our main goal, to help others and try to make people happy and do service to our community. Uh,
Absolutely.
so I think in that we are alike in that way. And
Good.
as they say, birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
And our group is growing so much more nicely, and everybody, our friends from our hearts, they are all here with us, supporting and giving us the urge to go on. So I want to thank all of them too for for your belief in us, and for your help, and for everything that you support, and that you encourage us to go on and do better things. So I want to thank you firstly. I want to thank the audience as well, from our hearts family. So, as I said, we go from here, and our goal is to do big things, great things, and help others.
I'm glad that you say our viewers, and one of the things that I really do realize from a long time ago that we are very blessed to have good viewers who watch us and not only watch our show, but they are very kind and they are the one who, with the with the whip, chasing us to go and do great things. And so, I've said many times, and sometimes I tear when I think of people like Shanti Chan who is watching us. So many people that's watching us and that they donate within 2 weeks. I am nearly close to $2,000 that I've collected, and so I'm always grateful for the people who are behind us and to help us to grow and to do great things. And I'm telling you, I cannot say how grateful I am for those people, even you know, even to those who cannot afford to give us something. I still appreciate them that they always have kind words, and sometimes kind
The
words,
encouragement.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind words mean worth more than $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I love all the viewers, and I think that's why when they see me and when we meet, we all have a good time, right?
Exactly. It's thrilling to meet the people, like, if you go anywhere and and come up to you and they know you from the show and they're avid viewers
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
they like what you're doing. So that in itself is an encouragement to continue to do good work and get better and better and better.
I
You
remember
know.
I was going to Home Depot one day and a guy
Mm.
meet me. He drives a van and he says, when you were sick, I was praying for you so much, me and my family.
Mm.
And that meant so much to me that
Mhm.
people can tell you that they could verbalize that, that we were praying for you. Or I
Mhm.
would go in a store and says, your face looks so knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I went to a patient house one day and said, your face looks so knowing. And I says, do you watch radio, TV, whatever? And she
Mhm.
said, yes. Oh, that's where I know you from. So, and one of the things that I've always, I remember, and you are one when we started radio together. We have a lot of time to burn. That's why we are talking. Um, when I met you first and we started on radio together, I said, Radhika, of all the things, I want you to keep your foot grounded on the ground. Keep it close to the ground because, you know, people can get this thing really carried away and let it get to their head. I'm so glad that, we get happy, we get glad, but our feet is still planted on the ground. A lot of times you probably people don't know. Um, I tear up because I hear stories, write a nice message, and tell me or listen to a song, and so the world still has a lot of good people.
Of course, there is every 10 people, there may be just one that is not encouraging or sees sees something that they negative people, I call them.
Right, right,
They're negative. I won't say they're bad people either. They're just negative. They're pessimist people that
right, right.
they have to find a fault in something.
Well, one
And
of the things that I've always tell people is that you have a glass. How do you look at the glass? Is it half full or half empty? And I want to give people, I'm going to give them a heads up, but I'm not upset. I'm just going to say it nicely. I didn't plan to say anything, but since I started this award thing, there was someone who is in my texting me, you know, a lot of things, and I will not address it now because I don't want it to overshadow the beautiful things that I want to do. You know, talk a lot of things that really irked me the first day that I heard it, but like I said, that when we get into these things, when we become public figures, we have to know how to take critique. On the flip side of that, I always tell people, yes, you can get critique, it's good, but abuse, and I'm lucky that I am the one who, in my heart, I say to my, you know what, we have to know how to deal with negative people. And there are times I will put something on Facebook, but people don't know what I'm saying. That's like sometimes I just get upset and I say things. But after this show, probably next 2 weeks, I will share the post that what people are writing and so on. I was the
mhm,
recipient of getting the best dressed nurse for 5 years in a big hospital,
mhm.
and they would even say that I can't dress. I'm like it blew us up. Anyway, I know let's
Anyway, let's leave
continue our thing.
the bad
Yes,
vibes.
yes,
We have good things to talk about,
right,
right?
right, right,
So, Ken, today is March 6th, and in two
right,
days, March 8th,
right,
is the International Women's Day,
right.
right? It's dedicated to women in all over globally, right? It's an international holiday. It is observed to celebrate and promote the achievements of women all
Right.
over the world. It is observed, it is a focal point in the women's rights movement
Hmm.
to bring attention to issues concerning gender equality, reproductive rights,
Hmm.
violence, and abuse against women, right? They've been fighting all these things. However, life is still a struggle for many women. Just today, we heard of a case of an incident in Guyana
Hmm.
where the husband stabbed his wife to death.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about
You
that?
know, I was kind of disappointed. I want to say hello to everyone. I'm going to talk to you guys in just a minute, but I want to say special hello to DJ Vicky Safraz, always a nice guy, always shout me out and always being respectful, and he respect our show a lot. So, but I will come to that. But let's go to, you know, as you said it right, it's International Women's Day on the 8th, and today, before I came in studio, the video with the woman who was stabbed, and I look at a large stab wound to her neck. Unfortunately, she died in the people's hand, and I heard them saying, "Oh my God, she gone, she gone." And when I look at her eyes, I knew that she was dead already. But talking about women's right, you know, that up to now, especially in our beloved Guyana, that there's so many women are getting murdered and in abusive situation. While I was putting on my clothes, I'm like, how do we help these women not to stay in this kind of relationship? And I could talk a little bit about domestic violence. It's bad. It's no good, especially in Guyana. Um, you know, from what this girl's story, from what I was hearing, is that she went to some friend house and stayed a couple of days. Excuse me. And when she came back, she went with her sister, and then the guy pulled out a knife and started stab her up and so on. You know, when you are in a domestic violence relationship, um, one of the things is that you want to do. As I'm talking to you, somebody I'm reading was in a big accident in Florida. Just came on my feed, but as we are talking, that when you're in that kind of relationship and you're going back and you know the kind of man that or a woman that you're dealing with, you have to go with the police. You cannot go by yourself. Studies have shown time and time and again that when you go back, these men or women, they're ravenous, they're upset, and they could kill you. And this is what happened to the young man, the young lady. Get somebody to go with you. And I'm not saying that you go with a woman because she went with her sister. The man was going to stab his sister too, but the sister ran. So all of these things we are going to talk about International Women's Month with domestic violence, how women have came a far way. And I like that, and that's why I'm going to add a nice incentive. And I want you. I'm not going to push the button too much. I'm going to let you ask me. But we need these things to happen. Some of the things like work and teenager pregnancy, women abuse, help women to grow, to multiply.
Right.
Equal rights for women, equal rights. You get equal pay, and these are kind of things because
Yeah,
still,
women always get the lower
right,
paycheck for the same work and
work,
maybe
yeah.
more work too.
So I would like to see sometime down the line for International Women's Day coming up, that we put women right where they are. And speaking about that too, Radhika, during the past couple of weeks, I see so much hate and so much people talking bad about each other, and what I was thinking, I said, men abuse, put women down. Some of them, I don't want to say all of them, so I don't want to say that I'm being biased.
No, some women
Right,
treat their wives or their mother and their sisters like queens.
right.
They show that.
But
But there's always,
right.
there's always different people from the rules. There are exceptions to the rules.
And one of the point that I want to make is that I see women start to put down women and pull down women. And that's a problem because if you have men pulling down you and then now women start to pull down each other, what message are we sending? What are we really doing?
As we said before, women, we have to stick together. If you're climbing that ladder, give your hand to somebody else and pull them up also with you. Don't kick them down. Don't push them down. This world has, I believe that everybody has a place to shine. Everybody has a place, in life. We can all hold hands and do better things. United, we can conquer so many negative things.
Absolutely.
So I'm calling out to the women. You know, if there's a problem, just talk it over with that person.
Hmm.
Talk it over with that person, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and straighten up whatever. Perfect. Nobody's perfect, Ken. As they say, everybody has a crack in their ass.
Oh, Jesus.
So, so nobody's perfect. So
Uh, and
let's work together.
and that's why I said people love us for our imperfection. So we have to we have to respect each other. Especially women too. Come on, why are you pulling down each other? And I get annoyed with that, especially big mature women. You will give them guys would meet and after your back turn they start talking about you. So I don't like that kind of thing now. When you get mature, especially mature women, decent women, and so on.
And it's amazing to see some people, they're so nice to you that you would never believe that they're doing the backbiting, that they're the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
doing, and pulling you down.
Right,
It's
right.
a sad situation.
And that's why we say that you got to love yourself. And when you love yourself, then
Yeah.
it's hard for someone
So
to get into you.
I'm calling out on all women, have each other back. Have each other back. If there's something wrong that one is doing, talk to them directly. Tell them this isn't right or that isn't right, or we would like you to do this differently. But there's always ways to do things diplomatically
Yeah,
and without hurting anyone else.
that's right.
So during this month of March,
Colleen said some people got two cracks. I don't know what she's talking about, but she could probably explain. But Colleen is good. Colleen, I know I didn't call you, but I have you down for Sunday event to MC. So I didn't forget I told you this a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to write you tomorrow. So keep that in your back of your mind. I know that you're traveling and that try to come back. So give me a heads up. Sorry.
all right, I just want to say to everyone during this month of March, right? Let's all give a little extra love and attention to the amazing accomplishments of strong, determined women, women with a purpose. Every woman has a story and gifts to share with the world, right? So get ready. This month is about honoring women, magnificent women, and we are ready to celebrate them to the fullest. And as you all know, Ken has been organizing an event where he will be honoring a few women in our community who has contributed and served our community. Ken, do you want to talk a little bit about your event, please?
Absolutely. I want to, well, good evening, all the ladies and gentlemen that's tuned in. I see Anthony Prasad. I see Ravindra Ramcharan. I see Amanda Khan, the Black Cake Lady, our girl,
Oh my
Sabrina
God.
Dayal. Good evening. Jayashri Sarju, good evening. I'm going to come to that just 1 minute. K. Ram, that good evening, my dear. Michael Nalini Naidu. I'm hoping I see all of you. And we have Maria Harris going to make some
Oh,
5 gallon of
Mobby, I
Marby.
can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Jesus. Anita Ish is watching from Canada. We have Miss Shanta Flowers, DJ Vicky. We have Rowena Lal, Colleen Chatagoon, Anthony Prasad. Thank you, brother. I'm going to play a song next. Joan Johnson, my new friend from Canada. Tara Singh, a very good evening to you. I hope that you could make it to the function. Who else do we have? Jean. She said, wow, that's sad. Veronica Jaglal, my dear, good evening to you. How are you? Anna Singh, good evening to you. Sona Chandani, a very good evening to you, darling. Hope all is well with you guys. Who else do we have? Kimberly Suklal is watching. So, good evening. You know what? When I think of my show, we have a lot of women watching our show. I've been blessed to have so many of them watching my show. I thought in my mind, how can I give back? How can I show some love? Women who have built me up and who love me so much that I cannot repay them. But I just want to show some love, some appreciation. And for some of the women that came on my show and sit in the chair that you're sitting in, share their stories. If I need money, they will call. So many of them here that give me so much money. And I'm going to say, you guys would not believe, I'm going to say all that special. So I planned this show, and I'm lucky with your help, with everybody's help. It is coming to fruition nicely.
Right.
If I get a little change here and there, it's going to be better. And this is what I'm going to do.
We are on track.
We are on
Everything
track. I'm not taking nothing stopping me. I'm going in a bulldozer style. First, we're going to give them an award. We're going to give them a nice Gemma. Gemma and I working together in the back, and she is going to, together we're going to get a nice necklace or something for the woman.
A piece of jewelry.
A piece of jewelry to go with that. Of course, they will get a lot of love from me that day. So, yes, we're going to get food. A lot of people donating food and everything. I got Amanda Khan is so generous. I love Amanda Khan because, not only because she's generous, because she's my new BFF, always giving me a kind word and say how much they love me. And those things means a lot. Anthony Prasad, despite he's a big star in our community, he still find the time to donate to me. Apache Warrior, all these guys want to donate, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. That's a great thing. I cannot tell you, Ravindra Ramcharan, he blow my heart away every time I see he donate to me. He is such a kind. I hope he come. I'll be upset if he don't come. Probably I'll have to go to his house, but I really appreciate him. Ryan Lala, I thank all of these guys for standing with me to make a big difference in our community. And I heard a lot of people saying, and they like what this is doing. We are so lucky that I reach out. I spent half of the day today reaching out to our local elected officials, see how much of them can make it to come. And from what I'm hearing, they love this. They love this, what I'm doing for our community. My hair is standing up, thank God.
I was supposed to say that, right?
Yeah.
6 years ago, we both looked so much younger in the photograph, and your hair was black.
Yeah.
And you had more hair.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And my hair was also blacker, but it's still black because once the pharmacy has Miss Clairol and Nice and Easy, it's not going.
Well, you don't have to worry.
Great.
Don't worry, my dear. You see my hair get white. It's wisdom you're talking about. It's that they become wiser and smarter.
Yeah, but men, when they get the silver in their hair, they say they're distinguished.
I am distinguished.
Yeah.
My moustache. In fact, I'm growing my moustache so that I'll get it
You
nice.
want a new look?
For new look for Sunday. I'm going to be the star with all the ladies. But so it's going to be nice. And you know, one of the things that I like, I know most of the ladies, them personally, where so I don't have to write a speech for them. All the speech that I'm going to make, 99.99%, is coming from my heart. All I'm praying for, and I'm asking you guys pray for me, I don't get too emotional. Because I'm going to speak my heart, I'm going to speak my mind, and it's truth. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, please, Sunday coming at the Roscoe Lounge at 6 p.m., it will be different. It will be a different show. You guys have never went to the show like that. And I'm not bigging up myself. You know what? You will get plenty stars and so on. But when you put love into what you're doing,
makes a big difference.
In this case, I'm putting in a whole bag of love, appreciation, gratitude, all the nice things, you know. So it's gonna be bang on. It's gonna be fly. I'm telling you. I wake up sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I drop a tear because of what people have done for me. Like I've always tell them the story. I failed all my exams as a child, and a lot of people were good to me. So guess what? I want to be good to everyone. And what I was thinking, and I hope I remember to say that this is not my thing alone. I would never want to take this on as I'm the only person that's doing this. I want all of you that give me something, that donated to me. Like I said, I got probably $2,000, that they all will feel collectively that we did this together.
Of course, and they are all included in this endeavor.
Yes, that's what the story
Everybody's putting in their piece, even if it's if it's not monetary help, even if it's their time, they are helping to do something. They are also part and parcel of this event.
That's right. That's right.
We thank you guys.
And you got
so
to walk
much.
with tissue too. I'm not giving out you tissue. Walk with your tissue in your pocket, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a heart cleansing, soul searching speech from me. So all y'all, walk with your tissue. There's going to be some crying. There's some tearing. There'll be some soul searching. And at the end of the show, my goal is that all the ladies that's going to be there, I hope some of them watching, that they will walk out of that Roscoe lunch to be a different person. That they will walk
I
out
have to
with
go.
much more love, much more empathy, and will be more respectful. Go. Should we play a
Amen.
song?
Yeah,
Should we
yes,
play a
let's
song?
play a song now.
Anthony is watching, so I want to give Anthony, he's a star by in our
I
community.
just wanted people to know Pago's song coming up
Yeah,
later. We were waiting Pandit Yogeshwar,
right.
so yeah, bear with us.
Yes, let's go. That's the man, Anthony Prasad, our star by.
बड़ी मुश्किल है खोया मेरा दिल है बड़ी मुश्किल है खोया मेरा दिल है कोई उसूद खिलाए ना बड़ी मुश्किल है खोया मेरा दिल है कोई उसे ढूंढ खिलाए ना ये कहाँ मेरा पथ लिखाओ कोई बतलाए ना मेरो या हंसू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ मेरो या हंसू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ बड़ी मुश्किल है खोया मेरा दिल है कोई उसे ढूंढ के लाए जाके करो पत लिखाओ कोई बतलाए ना मेरो या हंसू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ मेरो या हंसू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ सपनों में आने आहों में कब आई इतने दिलों तक मुझे कहाँ ये वो तर पाएगी देखो मुड़ के जिधर आए वो ही नजर मेरी डगर मेरा सफर वो मेरी मंजिल दीवाना है सा जागे है अरमान मेरो यहाँ सू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ दीवानी हद से आगे गुजर ना जाओ मैं उसका चेहरा कैसे उसे दिखलाऊं ओ है सबसे ऐसा कोई भी नहीं मेरी खुदा उसकी है परी का मुझे नहीं पता छाया है क्या नशा मेरो यहाँ करूँ मैं क्या करूँ बड़ी मुश्किल है मेरा दिल है कोई उसे ढूंढ के लाए ना जाके कहाँ मेरा पथ लिखाओ कोई बतलाए ना मेरो यहाँ सू करूँ मैं क्या करूँ मेरो यहाँ सू करूँ
And that was Mr. Bollywood, Anthony Prasad.
You
All
know-
right,
You know,
let's give some shout out.
Yeah, one
Oh.
thing I want to tell you too that's going through my mind, you know, we have to support those who support us. I just changed up the mic while the song was playing. Hope you guys could hear me. And it's a true story. Those who listen to us, those who support us, we will support them. We will play their songs.
Right.
So
of
go ahead.
course. All right, let's do some shout outs. He just logged on. How are you, Chris?
Oh, that's your friend?
Yes, good to see
Okay.
you. I'm in his group.
Okay, good.
So Maria Harris, yes, we're looking forward to that Mavi girl with some nice ice Indra Mahadev, how are you doing? We have Sahid Baksh. Hafiza Khan, our girl. Rowena, happy Holi. Waiting on Pandit to come in. And Alini, how are you doing, sweetheart? I'm missing you this weekend. We've been spending quite a few weekends together. So hopefully this weekend again we get a hang out together once again. DL, drop off some at JFK.
Oh
I
yeah,
think she
yeah.
wants some Avi. I hope you can make it to the event. Nanda say, how are you doing? Rowena, wanted you to check the mic, which you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Anita loved the beautiful singing. She says she loves Anthony. Beautiful singing, Anthony. And Sandy Chevron. Chevron.
I want to say thanks to Chris Alito because he loved the reels that I'm doing, so that's a good thing. The only thing with it, I'm telling you, I reached 25,000 people watch one of my reels. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
A lot of
people,
people see my
yes.
big face, but that so that's another thing I want to say.
What they
Thank
see
you.
is a big smile.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And thank you guys for watching the reels and for sharing them. It is real life story that we share. I didn't get
No.
there. Yeah, go ahead. So, thank you guys for watching. About in a couple of minutes, Pandit will be here to join us to talk a little bit about what Pagwa is all about, and he will explain to us why we use all these colorful
Right.
beer and so on, right?
Apart from the Hindu holiday of Holi, usually March and April are sacred month for nearly all the religions. The Hindus celebrate Pagwa, which is tomorrow, and some celebrate tomorrow, some celebrate on Wednesday. It's an ongoing 2 day. Um, Nobody knows which is the correct date, but it's always the calendar says 2 different dates all the time. So who knows? I just to be on the safe side. Anyway, March and April are sacred month for all religions, as I said. And the Hindus also will be celebrating Navratri from March 22nd through March 30th, I believe. And the Muslims will be celebrating Ramadan as of March 23rd as well. And Christians will be celebrating Passover. Lent is going on right now, Passover. They'll have Good Friday and Easter. Easter as of April 6th through April 10th. So it is a sacred month, and one to keep your mind and body and your mind and everything clean. Let's do this. As you were saying, do you want to give some shout outs?
Yeah, we want. I see Veronica Jaglal that's there. Thank you very much. Sandy Chevron, good evening to you. We got Shanta Flowers is on. It's good to have Miss Colleen Chattagood on. Indra Mahadev, good evening. Sitaram and Holy. Michael Nili Naidu is on. I can't wait to see her dress up for you better dress up for my day. You know what I'm saying?
She always dresses up nicely.
You're right. She's going to be Miss America. Nat Ramkisoon, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much for watching our show. Also, something that got my attention today is 4 people dead on the East Bank, like Parika side, this morning.
West Coast.
Yeah, West Bank. Oh God, wait, I forget. Essequibo. What? Oh God, I can't. East Bank Essequibo. East Bank Essequibo.
Okay.
So they with a big lorry bus and 4 people died.
Oh no.
I'm like, when are we gonna stop driving, especially in Guyana? So much people dying. They probably need to put a speed bump in every village.
Then they will think it's a game. They will just ride over the speed bumps.
It's
So that's the thing.
ridiculous.
And even if you put the stoplights, they're not paying heat to stoplights either.
Yeah, the police
Everybody's
need
in a hurry. I don't know. There must be a solution to that problem, though.
yeah, East Coast, East Coast, East Coast. I think that's wrong. Shahid Baksh, good evening, sir. How are you? Thanks for watching our show, though. We really appreciate having you on. Yes, it's East Bank, Essequibo. The beautiful Nadia Mulchan watching us all the way from Barbados. How you doing? It's nice there in Barbados. Can you guys are breaking up? I am not sure why. I'm not sure if everybody. I just changed my mic. Jesus, sometimes these things happen. I don't know.
Am I breaking up too?
Is Radhika breaking up too? I am not sure what's going on. But hey, we on already. The problem is that when we on, we can't do too much thing. I just changed my wires and hope things going good.
Do you want to
Um,
play another song when you?
we have Princess Jamir. And you know what? Good evening, my dear. How are you? You look beautiful the other night. Also, I want to say that next week Saturday there'll be Chutney wine right here in Queens. So guys, support Buddy on his show. Chutney wine does a lot of things in Guyana. So just make sure you go. We can't go. No, we can't go. But I don't want to be too tired the next day for our show. You know.
No, and then again, we're setting up Saturday night. That's the reason why we can't go.
Yes. Yeah. We want to be fresh on that day, man. You know. And you know what? It's surprising that my mic in the studio, it's sounding good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sounding real good. So I don't know what's going on out there. The jumbie probably coming in. I don't know.
The spirit.
Yeah.
The spirit that opens up the fridge door for Anita.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Miss Onisa Bacchus, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. Let me see. Shahid said, Amitabh in the house. That's why the song Break Up is. When is your show? It's gonna be next Sunday the 12th between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. We got some good food.
Venue.
We got chicken foot. We gonna be got there. We got plantain chip. I gonna make some good mosa with some good jeera inside.
We're having some empanadas. We're having macaroni and
Fried rice,
chow mein, potato salad.
mabi.
Yeah, and Amanda is sending us so as well.
Oh yes, samosa. Yeah, Amanda. I love Amanda. She's cool. She's quiet, and you know.
Lots of things on the menu that we don't remember.
I hope you
offhand
guys
right now.
come. We actually, I tell you guys to stop sell the ticket because a lot of people probably.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want. This is not really a money making project for me now. This is just for me to actually, so our beautiful ladies can have a great day, and they will walk out to that place.
We
like
do
in
have a
a
raffle going on
Oh
too.
yeah, we have a raffle going on. If you guys want to help sell ticket, or you in different part of the states, let us know. You can call us, buy your ticket, and we can put your number in the bag.
Yeah, we can give them their number so they know.
Right. So you know,
Yeah. The
Chutney
tickets are just $5 for one ticket. If you buy $20, you get 5 tickets.
Right. And Nadia wants to know if we have any gulab jamun. See that a long time, right?
No, but that's a thought. Let's see if we can get some.
Yes. You are watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. I could probably play a nice song for you guys. Let's go with this one. By one of our Guyanese singer.
Anuj.
I know they always hate me, cause they can do better. Oh, no matter what you do, haters will find a way. Oh, na. You can never change a jealous heart.
Yo, D, this one's for the haters, you bitter.
Hey, I know they always hate me, cause they can do better. Oh, no matter what you do, haters will find it. Oh, na. You can never change a jealous heart. I know they always hate me, but still they can't be me. I see you cashing in your 2 cents, you're trying, wishing you can be. You're lying. I see your 2 cents, you're trying, wishing you can be me. you're lying. What was that? Dream Studio, elevation to the nation. Imperial world. Hey, I'm just an honest man. See, I'm working hard every day. Live my life, I don't stray. Try to create my own journey. I say something, I sing or I dance, and you always hear something about me. See, I'm working hard every day, live straight, trying to create my own journey. But if I say something, I sing or I dance, and you always hear something about me. You see, I don't beg, don't borrow, I don't live with sorrow. I sweating every day for my own thing. And they always hate me. They can do better. No matter what you do, haters will find a way. You can never change, I tell us heart. Asking your 2 cents, you're trying. Wishing you can be me, you're lying. I see you cashing in your 2 cents, you're trying. Wishing you can be me, you're lying. If I drink or party, who come over by me? My name inside them out like a TV. What? Wishing they can be me, but all they do is hate me. I know this is hurting them deeply. It's good for them. If I drink or party, who come over by me? My name is like a TV. Too damn nasty. Wishing they can be me, but all they do is hate me. I know this is hurting them deeply. You see, I don't beg, don't borrow, I don't live with sorrow. I sweating every day for my own thing. I know they always hate me, cause they can do better. Oh, oh. No matter what you do, haters will find a way. Oh, na 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 na. You can never change, I tell us heart.
Welcome back from our hearts with Radhika and Ken on radio. Our show normally airs every Monday evening from
8 o'clock
p.m.
to 10
to
p.m.
10 p.m. And the Ken Ram Prasad show is every Sunday evening from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right, so
Correct.
do tune in. We always have great information. And so people are asking where the show is.
My friend Anna's saying that's what I was going to say. She's asking the location, the venue.
It's Ross Code Lounge 117-15 101 Avenue in Richmond Hill, Queens. And you can always call Radhika or myself. I'm at 917-2248. Again, 917-767-2248. Or you could call Radhika.
347-721-6890. Again, 347-721-6890. And I just want to tell Nanda, say, ticket for the entrance ticket is not $5. It's $25. The raffle ticket is $5. $5 each. But if you buy if you buy 4 tickets, you get an extra ticket. And you want to talk about the prices?
The price? So you buy the ticket for $5. First prize is going to be a nice basket of goodies from Shanta Flowers. Then second prize, I will have a nice tablet that you can use to go on the internet and so on. And the third prize, which I always like, it's like a candle burner that you could put, like you use it as a night light too in your house. So, so that's a free gift.
So those tickets are, they are very cheap. $5 for one ticket. Tickets for $20. So come on out, and if you need tickets, just call us, and you will get your ticket number, and we will put your ticket number to be drawn in the bag as well. So, but the tickets price is $25. But I think we already are closing off the tickets, right?
We want to close it because a lot of people say they come in, and I don't want people to come there, and then there is no seat for people to really sit down. But I really do appreciate. I really do appreciate.
But I just want to tell my friend Anna Singh, if you want to come, please call me. I can help you with some tickets.
Yeah.
My friend.
Okay, yeah.
She usually comes out to the shows.
Amanda Canto, yes, she is doing great. She's assisting us to. She buying a whole table, like 12 people, which is great. Plus, she donated $100 to us. And don't forget, if you want to donate to us for this project, you can always let me know or let my co-host know. The awards alone, they're over $100 for one. So, with your help, we can make a lot of people happy, right?
Exactly.
And there is some surprises too.
Yes. There's
Always.
a few surprises, so come on out and have fun with us. So Pandit should be here shortly in a few minutes. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say the Festival of Colors, Pagwa or Holi, is fastly approaching. In fact, it's tomorrow, and preparations are in full swing. I know everybody, all the ladies have been cleaning up the houses, prayers and everything in the morning is already set to be done. And I hope somebody make goja. And if they make goja, let them send some for us. I don't know. I know Amanda makes the good cake, but I hope she can make some goja too.
Well, let me beg for you. I'm a
haven't,
good
yeah.
beggar. I'm a good beggar.
Yeah, you
Now,
beg
if
better
anybody
than me.
make goja, right? Call Radhika or call me, and I will go to Radhika. You know, she spent her years, her younger years, in Venezuela, and so she don't know to make all these fancy things. So she enjoys when other people make it for her. So let's get her some goja. That oh Jesus, that's something.
Yeah, I'm terrible in the kitchen. I'm challenged in cooking. So
You are.
yeah, yeah, you
No,
know
no, no.
that.
I don't want to say you're challenged. I want to say that you know what.
I'm not lazy. It's just too hard for me.
Not alone. You grew up in Venezuela, right? Most
Yeah.
of your years,
Yes.
and so you were not into that Guyanese culture thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
So let's put it nicely. You were not challenged. You just didn't have the experience. You didn't have mom there. You didn't have any sister and so on. You know, and then your husband is a Spanish guy.
Yes.
You know what empanadas and
I
yellow
know
rice.
empanadas and ayacas and arepas and
Right.
beans and rice and stuff like that. No curry. No Guyanese food. But I love Guyanese food. I love it. It's my comfort food anyway.
Really?
I just don't know how to cook it.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's why when
So-
she comes, sometimes we let her taste our Guyanese food. You know.
So again, tomorrow we will smear each other with colored powders, eat a lot of sweet, and some even play with the pitchkari. Do you remember what's the pitchkari?
That's a gun, right?
And yeah, it's the water gun, the thing can, and buckets of water. Anybody, as I said, remember if you're making goja, give me a call. Just give out the number.
You could call me too. I'll come get it for you, especially if they're in Richmond Hill.
And I'm asking for both of us.
Oh, I don't want too much. I can't eat too much sweet, you know.
All right, take it for you
But
and you give it to me.
I'll bring it for you. It's okay.
And as we all know, Holy Pagwa signifies the triumph of good over evil. And everyone distributes sweets to neighbors. They give gifts to their loved ones. And many Hindus arrange to perform prayers, puja, and pray for prosperity, for wealth, for good health, for good luck, and all the good things. So Holi is a time when we remember those we love with color of splashes, right? Spreading the message of peace and happiness. God gives you all the colors of life. The colors of joy, the colors of happiness, the colors of love, and any other color that you wish to paint in your life. So I want to say have a happy Holi to all of you. Pandit is due to be coming in anytime. So
Yeah.
in the meantime,
I see Shahid. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, you go ahead.
I see Shahid says, Wawadi, Waadey. What's Wadi? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what's Wadi either.
Well, thank you very much for your comment, Miss. You guys are a great team for the community. The man Apache Warrior, all the way, far, far away from Maryland. And Apache Warrior also donated money to the next week. This week, award session. So thank God for that. We always have. And what I like Apache Warrior and his sweetheart, they always, and he always say, Ken, if you need any help, count on me. And so many other guys, Ravindra, Ryan, they always say, "Ken, count on me. I have a donation for you," and which is a great thing to do. you know, and sometimes I don't mind they give small amount. It's okay. Or the more the merrier for me, right? But we will
Of course, you
definitely
don't want to break anybody's
have a lot.
pocket.
Yeah,
So any little donation, if it's a $20, $50,
and it
whatever,
adds up.
it
It really
adds
do
up.
add
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I keep my list of things when I got mine is in the car actually. Yeah, you're welcome, Miss Veronica Jaglal. So now what I do now, I don't go through Apache Warrior. But I'm lucky now. I could go through him and go through her. So, because he always tell me go to her. So lucky that both of them are generous people and they help. And although he's a celebrity in our community, a great singer, he makes things happen. And I'm glad that he's part of our team because I remember that somebody in Guyana wanted to meet him and he donated $100 and he went and the girl went and meet him and she was on stage. So these are the little things
Those
that
are
matters.
yes, the little details and the little show of affection and love
And that makes the world go around. That girl was
and
so
that
happy.
spectator would never she would never forget that
Oh,
moment.
that's her Apache
She would
warrior.
never forget that moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's play. We were talking about Pagua. What
Yeah.
about you play a Pagua song now?
Yeah, we could probably go. We could play, but I was trying to shy away from the not playing a song because what happened is that we were getting some problems with the what do you call it, with my mixing board. Let's see if we could get a song.
ताल से ताल मिले मोरे बबुआ बाजे ढोल मृदंग मन से मन का मेल जो हो तो रंग से मिल जाए रंग होली के रघुवीरा
And Pandit is here. He's gonna save us. We don't know what to say next. Pandit fresh, Pandit smell fresh.
तनिक शर्म नहीं आई देखना ही अपनी उमरिया तनिक शर्म नहीं आई देखना ही अपनी उमरिया 60 बरस में इश्क लड़ाए 60 बरस में इश्क लड़ाए मुखड़े पे रंग लगाए बड़ा रंगीला सावरिया मुखड़े पे रंग लगाए बड़ा रंगीला सावरिया चुनरी पे डाले अमीरा अवध में होरी खेले रघुवीरा अरे चुनरी पे डाले अमीरा अवध में
Get one of the most handsomest pandit in the VRK. That trouble, I could start with.
आपके पाक मुझे लो
Welcome back to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. And we want to take this opportunity to welcome Panditji. Namaste, Pandit. How are you? You get me? Namaste, Panditji. Yes.
And thank you so very much for coming on. You know, anytime we call you, you're always here for us. Thank you for coming on to enlighten us and share your knowledge with us.
Appreciate
Welcome.
it. Thank you so much. And I'm always delighted to be here. It's such a warm environment, and I feel so welcoming. I'm happy to be here in full
Yeah,
force.
it's good. Yeah. So how are you doing?
Great, excellent. As you can see, I see you guys are already in the mood, in the spirit of Holi.
We are.
Very
Yeah.
bright, bold colors.
Today I had, earlier today we were shooting a video, the Dream Chaser team.
Right.
We were shooting a video on Holi, so it'll hit the Facebook, the social media tomorrow. So look out for it.
Good. Wow.
Look out for it. Today we were shooting, so I had powder. I came home with all colors.
Oh, wow. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
No, Pandit is not 16. I say he looks 16, but you know what?
Thank you very much. I think that is a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, they say you look like 16, but so welcome aboard, and I hope all is well with you. I know this is a very busy time for you,
It is.
and we want to say thank you for coming, spend some time with us to educate our public, our viewers of what Pagwa is really all about. You know.
Absolutely. No, thank you again for having me, and I'm happy that we can be able to bring this to the masses. The majority is well aware of what hovers around the celebration of Pagwa and Holi. So namaste to all of our viewers, to all of you, and Bhagwan's richest blessings. And Shubh Holi. Tonight we have celebrated Holika Dahan, or burning of Holika, which sparks the beginning of this very auspicious celebration. Beautiful momentum. Pagwa celebration brings a lot into the play, and I made a few points I'd like to share. First and foremost is the welcoming of our spring season, where we're moving away, we're drifting away from the winter, and we're celebrating the welcoming, the coming forth of the spring season, where we pray for bountiful reap, good crops, and we're going to soon have the blossoming of the new flower trees and plants and so on and so forth. Secondly, the main bigger picture is the triumph of good over evil. And there's an elaborate discussion that we can take on that, which has been talked of very often of times, good over evil. And mainly it is starting tonight when we celebrated Holika Dahan. If there's a story where the young Bhakt Prahalad was put to that test, where his father, his own father, biological father, went against him because of power, because of ego. So the Bhagavad Gita speaks a lot, and there's a particular verse in chapter 2, verse 68, that says, when man fails and when we drift away and we fail to realize that how far the senses can take us away from reality in life, then we take a turn for the worse. So they're saying always try to be in control of the senses, whenever the senses are in control of us. And that was exactly what happened to Hiranyakashipu. He was a king. He gained massive wealth, and he wanted everyone to worship him as God. This was the evil force that was prevailing and that was on the rise. And again, the Lord says, Bhagwan, God, He's one superior ultimate being, and equally fair across the board for every religion sectors, not only Hinduism or Christianity or Muslim. God, the superior force, will always be there to protect and govern us all. And hence, this young boy, who was his very own son, refused to accept him as God, the Father, and worship him in such a way. He tried various means to get rid of and killing him, and one of them, which we pay obeisance on tonight, is Holika, which was the sister of the father, Hiranyakashipu, who had a gift that she would not be affected by fire or be burnt. Hence, she sat down in a bonfire, in a pyre, with this young boy in her lap. And because he was so faithful and so committed in his devotion, realizing that true force of God, the true nature of God, he was protected, and she was also ultimately, destroyed, burned up, even though he had the gift.
Yeah, I've heard it said that her boon was for her alone. If she sat alone, she was, she would be protected. But because she sat with him, that energy went over to him. Some
That's one way of looking at it. But most importantly, it's as if any gift given, and if we look throughout our scriptures, when we look at scriptural support, they have been Ravana and all these great kings that have been given gift. But when one fail, like I've mentioned in the beginning, when we allow the senses to govern, when we fail to realize, yes, we're blessed with gift, and we can see that prevalent and prominent in our today's community. When we acquire, when we gain, ego steps in the way.
True.
Our vision gets crowded and clouded. We do not see clearly. And when we misuse what we have acquired for the wrong reason, and especially to bring about harm and destruction to others, that is when that gift will no longer be useful to you or anyone else. So even though she was gifted that by Brahmadev, but because she used it for the wrong reason, she used it to bring about destruction to a bhakta, to a devotee, which is why we're saying in this particular time, faith and courage. It's a strong message that I would like to echo to our community, that as we celebrate Holi and we celebrate Phagwa, it's a reminder that not only should we look on to forces out there that will come to hinder us or hinder our focus or our goal in life. Here we can see a biological relation, a father to a son, a mausi, an aunt to that son, nephew. So not only are we looking for external faculties, we are to be prepared and prepare the mental faculty or mindset that these days, and we can attest to it in our community, parents, family members, near and dear ones that we trusted and we hold so close to our heart, maybe at some point in time they will disappoint us. But how this young, vibrant boy took it. He stayed committed, he stayed focused, he stayed devoted, and he said, the Lord will protect me. Truth always prevails. It doesn't matter which corner you take, how you turn it, how you twist it. As so long as you say truthful, the truth will never change to be true. It will always stay the same. So as long as we stick and we stay focused and devoted on that path, then we'll ultimately be triumphant and victorious. This is the strong message that Phagwa brings. Among many, of course, there are a lot of symbolism that it holds. The celebration of Holi, we spread the vibrant colors in our brothers and sisters. Not only in the day of Holi or Phagwa should we be this bold and be in this celebratory mode, but also throughout the rest of the year. It's not only a one-day thing.
Right.
Or a few days things,
True.
Because for some, especially for some Hindus, we wait for Holi to come, and for that few days, we're the best of Hindus.
Yes.
We're the best of human beings. But then what happened to the rest
Preach,
of the years
Pandit, preach.
I don't want the song to, I just want to bring the message out there, my dear brothers and sisters, if you're viewing. Do not let Holi only be a single-day celebration. Allow it to, rejuvenate within you internally. Let your spirit be as bright and as bold as the colors that we are playing. Be a bold color in your neighbor's life, in your fellow brothers and sisters' life, in your community. Be able to bring a bold change, a positive change. Be that vibrant color for someone else's out there.
I like that. I take... you're sending a nice message. It goes for me too, that no matter what, keep the focus.
Absolutely.
Keep it going. Don't forget your journey. You will stumble sometime. People will say things, but you have to keep going but as human beings, sometimes we want to say, oh God, why me? Why am I trying to do the right thing or the good thing? And why do we have, like, what, Rawan? You got people like Rawan there in your life.
Hiranyakashipu.
I
I was testing you.
We have to have more of these discussions.
I was just testing you.
I'm learning every time he comes, so every time Pandit come, I learn something. But it's a great message. And I agree with you that, what, we should be clean throughout the year. We should be kind throughout the year. Not only when you see holiday come, then you want to clean up and dress up and all kind of. By the way, I like this red thing you got on. Hey, I got to get one there. So thank you for that great message. I know Radhika knows so much more than me, but why, and I'm just asking so our viewers can get a clear understanding. I got my friend that's watching from Ivan, Texas, Mr. Henry Villa. Thank you very much for watching. And we're discussing Phagwa. It's a holiday. It's a Hindu holiday. Because I know sometimes he writes me back what you talk about. So, what these colorful you call it what?
Abir and
Abra
abir.
colors.
What's
Just
that? What's
colors.
that about?
It's about to be spread the love
Spreading the
on
love.
this
You
occasion.
color
Yes.
life. You do splashes of love, of happiness, of good luck, of wealth.
And
You're
most
sharing love.
absolutely, and very very significantly to that. That's an excellent question. On this day, when we apply these various bold, bright, beautiful colors, irrespective of the color of your skin, your background, your nature, your lineage, all these faculties, when you take into consideration, the color does not distinguish.
Okay.
The brightness, the boldness that it brings is equally distributed amongst all the brothers and sisters. So
wow.
it's a message. On this day, we strive to see, and again, not only this day, but as Hindus, we strive to see and recognize that there is no differences. We look at the higher pedestal, that we are all on planet Earth. We are all human beings. We all have blood that runs through our veins.
Right.
And we see the common brother and sisterhood within our fellow beings. So this is a strong meaning that the color brings to us as we celebrate, irrespective of what color we use. And also, if you notice, when you go out and you play, especially in Guyana, you have green and blue and all these fancy colors. By the time you're finished and you go back home, the colors change. And when you go in the shower, as the water comes down, what do you see? You don't see a bright red.
Right.
It's all dark. It's black.
True.
So when you celebrate, it also sends a message out that on this day, when we burn Holika, we try to burn and get rid of all of our negative qualities. As we celebrate using these various colors, when we wash them away, all the negativities, we should also look back and ponder. Whatever negativities lies there, it should go away on this day. And we're trying to move on in a clean, positive, bright note.
I got a question, but let my co-host. You got any question?
You go ahead. You shoot.
So, Holika, right? You know, when they say they're going to, I'm going to use Guyanese thing because if they use my little English, I might damage up the whole thing.
Go for it.
Chokalka.
When they go and you chuk halka themselves, right? Well, what's that whole process is about? The night you go, you chuk halka, you knock the material, right? You
Jal,
know them?
Majir,
Jal,
yeah.
Jal, all right, whatever it is.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Jal,
Jal,
Jal. You knock these things, you sing. What all of this represent? How you explain?
So the planting of the Holika back in the days, and there is no authoritative scriptural proof that I found thus far. But we planned, growing up, I know we would go and we would plant the castor oil tree, which happens to be in Vasant Panchami. It's a day dedicated to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. We plant this tree in an attempt. So it's one of the plants that you can't have much good outcome out of it. It does not bloom a beautiful flower. It's not used it's used for some medicinal values, but very minimum. It's not being used as much. So they plant that to symbolize the qualities that this Holika represented. It's a plant you wouldn't want to bring and nurture in your home,
Oh,
have
really?
in the front of your house. Of that nature. It's not like a beautiful rose plant that you want to keep or something like that. It does not bear fruit conducive to your health that you can eat and partake of.
Right.
So all these are things you want to avoid in your home and your close surrounding, which is again tied back to Holika, this evil sister Hiranyakashipu who wanted to bring about harm. And that is the process of planting the Holika. And it's also a side note to that would be some intellectual beings said that it's the starting of the spring season, preparing for the spring season, so they wanted to get the plant and be prepared. But again, it's not a plant that you would want to reap any type of fruits from.
Right. It's a waste time plant.
Yes, in simple words, absolutely. Which is why the it's being
So
burned.
it has no symbolism to Holika, the aunt?
Yeah. So that's the plant
That's the
because
evil being born.
yeah,
The evil,
yeah.
okay.
And what? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and one more thing, that sometimes people get the wrong idea behind Ka was a female and she got destroyed. Again, we should not stray from the reason being that used inappropriate forces to bring down the good or bring harm to a
To
devotee.
people, right,
Yes.
right, yeah.
So whenever that takes place, again, it'll tie back to the earlier point, is anything negative that stems out of anyone that tries to defeat the good, harm the good, God is in control, He's in charge. He will always see the devoted and the faithful being true and becoming victorious.
And the fire, why they use the fire to burn the Holika?
Because
Or
Hanukkah-
why did they wait until so much days? You know, they wait a
The,
couple days to go, you know, is that,
So the process of Holika Dahan, on the story of that young boy, it did not only started there. There were many other various tests that he went through until this point. He was thrown off a cliff. He was thrown in a pit of snakes.
oh wow,
All these things occurred.
he was put in
until
boiling water.
oh wow.
boiling- yep,
Yeah.
yep. So all
So-
these various things took place before.
So Pandit, long time had bad people too.
Absolutely, 100%. And I'll say one since you brought that point up. Bhagavad Gita was preached many, many years ago from the lips
Right.
of God.
Right.
It is still being read today and practiced today. It does not mean for every year or for every lifetime of an individual or a lineage of people. It means that God should come and give a discourse. So not only today are we seeing negative things taking place, these messages have been etched in scriptures way back,
Yeah.
and still applies in today's life and society. Look at the Father, like I said. How many, sat this day, and I don't mean this in a bad way,
Right.
but we have politicians, we have community leaders who acted in the same nature as Hiranyakashipu. When power gets to our head sometimes, again, we allow senses to govern, and we get drifted away from the righteous path. We may start it on a righteous note, on a truthful note, but as we start to acquire and achieve, we
You
get,
deviate.
we let these qualities take charge, and hovers take control over us. And it defeats the purpose where we started, where the root started.
True. But Panditji, I want you to remain grounded, to be nice and good by
That's the
like
intent.
you
That's
is.
the That's how.
And we are so proud of you.
Share blessings.
So-
Hopefully, I'll continue to be.
So one of the viewers, Princess Jamir, she wants to know why they push people into the water. Why they hold them and throw them
I
into
see
the
that.
water?
It's all for the fun of it. It's all for the fun of it. And back home, I grew up where they will throw mud on you. They'll
Oh,
throw you in the
really?
muddy waters.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
It's a fun.
we
Intent.
grew up hard, right? We used to
Right.
go by the back dam and play in the silene and pick cane and eat and all those stuff. So we grew up in a hard, harsh environment. It will not be conducive for everyone.
Right.
But
right.
it's all for the fun, for the joy of holy
Right,
celebration.
right.
We would travel from a donkey cart from one village to the other,
Yeah.
to celebrate
fun.
and
Yeah,
reach,
yeah.
neighboring friends. But it's all
I-
for a part of the fun. It's not a requirement. It's not
I
mandatory.
remember back, as you said, I was in Venezuela and we had this little group going. And every night during the Holika planting towards the burning, every night you would go to somebody's house and sing Chautal. If somebody invited you and you would
Go from one house to the next.
And on Pagwa Day, what we did was go around the houses as well, where everybody's singing Chautal. And it was so much fun. It was so much, And they always ended up at my mom's house because she had this big...
Plenty food.
No, plenty food is
Space.
one, but she had space and she had like this big thing pole. So everybody ended up there. In
wow.
there. Everybody, it was... When you're done, everybody, they just throw you into there. That's it.
And thinking about that and those days, it would be such a blessing and such a good thing for us to all live every day, like when it's Christmas and Pagwa and Diwali, right? We make good things. We make the effort to make things, right?
Absolutely.
And we should make Parsad every once a year. We should
Once
make
a
it.
year, every day.
No, let me not make thing.
Not every day,
once
but
a
at
month,
least
you know.
once a year is a little bit too far-fetched, I believe.
Right,
but,
right.
on a frequent
Yeah, man.
basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the, like Auntie Radhika Mataji said, back home we would go from one house to the next and everybody would meet up. On that day, irrespective of who have a little bit of disagreement or don't get along too well, they would still go into the yard of the other person.
Right.
Really?
They will
Yes.
still prepare for you.
Oh.
And not only that, I had friends who were Muslims and I used to go
Right.
to the mosque because his father was an imam.
Right,
I had friends who were sons of a pastor. I used to go to Sunday school with them.
Oh, really?
So when we have our Pagwa and
They come
Diwali
here.
celebration, they come and we all go together as a group.
Nice, nice.
And when they have their stuff, we all go. And this is something that we have lost over the years. And the brotherhood and the sisterhood is not the same as it was back in those days. So Pagwa celebration brings us all together. It unites people of all caste, of all walks of life,
True, true.
to share a common ground. And again, irrespective of what religious background we are from, the meaning, the intent behind the celebration is to unite and is to say that God, not Hindu God, but God is the ultimate source that will drive truth to the end. Will make truth, victorious, triumphant. And as long as we remain devoted, courageous, and faithful, our goals may be different. Aspirations in life may be different. But so long as we are committed, we are devoted, we are faithful, then success will be in our way, irrespective of what kind of dark forces come to hinder or to destroy that progress. And this is why, celebrating, we should echo this message out so that we're prepared. It's an awakening call to awake,
Right.
the sleeping cells within our body.
Right, right.
The Lord is always there to protect, to guide, and to see us through dark moments in life.
Yeah, another viewer, Rowena, I believe, wants to know, Pandit, can you explain why when they go to plan the Holika, only men are allowed to go? Only men are allowed to go there?
Let me put things a little bit too. Let me give you time to think, and I'm going to talk. I think that I may be wrong, I may be right, but let me put some things in perspective. I believe that a lot of cultures that we bring from India or wherever we came from, or foreparents, and we allow these things to continue. And I'm not saying that culture is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. But to me, some culture, I mean...
Tradition.
Tradition, we don't need that, those kind of things. Like, excuse me, like funeral, right, for example. And you're going to answer that question, but I'm just giving you...
I'm coming back to that question.
Yeah, like funerals. In Guyana, women can't go to burial ground. Probably they could go now. In America, everybody goes.
Everybody has changed.
You want that final closure of your last one, but go back to your thing.
Yeah, so, and that's an excellent point, and it's also related to the question that Rowena asked.
Rowena.
That's a technical question. It's a very good question, and I think I'll try to answer to the best of my ability and my knowledge. First and foremost, there is no scriptural support that I've read. I want to be open and clear. I haven't read or seen a scriptural support that said so. But based on speaking with senior pundits that I respect a lot, and I've learned from them that it had to do about, because again, Holika was a female, and it's such a horrendous scene, her being burned, and the message being sent was why. And again, that's a tradition that have passed on over the years. And back in the days when our senior pundits, and pundits in general, were so highly respected, elders within our community were so highly respected in the 90s and the 80s, that whatever was proclaimed wasn't questioned. We ought to follow. Right? We follow them, we listen.
You followed
But now-
blindly whatever they told you.
In this day and age, a lot of questions are being asked, and we need to hit the books, and we need to get reference. So I can't provide Rowena a reference right now where this was said, because I haven't read such. If it's documented somewhere, I'd love to learn and read and be enlightened about it. But this is the idea that was given. Nobody could have provided, because I asked the question also, no one could have provided a scriptural proof of this being a mandatory requirement that females are not allowed to be around the celebration of the burning. And also with the same thing, going back to, like you said, females weren't allowed to the burial ground, and I've seen this in Guyana, in the cremation site. It is the same thing, because, females in general, we've always geared that they are a weaker being. We don't want them to see or witness and be indulged in these type of activities. So we keep them at a distance. These were explanations that were given to me. But like you said, in America, it's a different age and time. It's a different surrounding, and everybody's more brave.
I think women come a far way.
Since then, absolutely. You're
They
100%
came a far
right.
way.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I cry more faster than them, some damn lady. Oh, sorry, I put the language there, but you're right. We all make up biologically different, and some of us
Absolutely.
can. So I like the idea now that a wife can go and see the last rite of her husband, and vice versa, because it brings some kind of closure in the whole thing. question? Any more question?
So I do hope I was able to get some points across to Rowena G.
Yeah. I think it was well answered because it comes down from tradition again.
Yeah.
Yeah, not textual. So,
All right, think of something. But is there any preparation that one needs to make during holiday season? I ask you questions. Like, for example, I go wicked sometimes, but I go nice too. For example, food. You can't eat meat. You can't have sex. You can't do certain things. Is there any requirement that you can't do?
Well, it's for Hindus especially, beyond the message that's being geared and sent out on this very auspicious, sacred celebration. We are in a fasting period. We fast to perform puja. Because majority of the celebrations we have started from prayers. We give thanks to Bhagwan first and foremost. So in the period of fasting, there are certain things that is abstain from. We try to stay pure. We try to stay clean, not only from food standpoint or what we drink and what we eat or what we do, but also the thoughts that we engaged, the discussion we engaged in, whatever thoughts we entertain in the mind. We try to be lenient. It's kind of the qualities that the Muslims would emulate when Ramadan hits around. You want to be truthful. You don't want to engage in all kind of discussions and stuff like that. So you want to maintain or put yourself in a serene environment in this auspicious moment, because you want to have the divine vibrance of God.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying.
be
You want to be
as
reverent. Pure.
pure
as possible.
as possible.
You go sleep in the next room, my dear. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, watch it, who is that?
Tell your wife, no, you go sleep in the next room. Tonight, I'm praying. I want to be pure. Don't come bother me, right? Those kind of things, right? But, I love the idea. And we all we probably need to pay more attention of all these things and what they bring into our life. The message to be good, to be kind, to be better human being. And still, it bothers me sometimes to see that we are not. Another thing that, I'm not going to put you on the spot, I see so now, right, in so much people, and please, this is just a thought, that so much people pay so much emphasis, and I'm coming from a good place, so much emphasis on our outward garment. We dress up 99, as we say in Guyana, we dial up, we do all manner of things. And in my mind, I'm saying sometimes, if we only do that with ourselves, with our thoughts and our inner self, that we probably might be a better human being. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I see some ladies dressing up nice, real nice. And I want to add to that, in my belief, and you can jump in here, I believe that when you go to God, no matter what kind of garment you wear, if it's a clean flower bag, and you go with a clean heart and pray, God will accept your prayer when you're wholeheartedly, when you're sincere. What is your take?
Absolutely. 100% I agree with that. And I'll touch on both points because there's such pivotal and excellent points you've made. And the first being that we spend so much of time, and again, we get carried away, we focus on the entities being gathered. And there's a nice little story that I share with my audience on that note, because I try to address it as much as possible. It's one of the things to be addressed and acknowledged. If you have two candidates, you have yourself and you have Mataji Radhika sitting down, making preparations. Making preparations to do your puja, right? Your worship in whatever way. But you're so focused and make sure that your hair is well kept, you're shaved, you got the beautiful best suit on, your clothing on, and you're very focused in ensuring that you're in the best physical shape and look for this puja because you've invited your family and so on to come. You've gathered the excellent ingredients, everything that's recommended for your prayers. Whereas Radhika, on the other hand, she have one torn jacket that she wears all the time, and she have probably one banana to offer to God. This is all, and she's gonna say very humbly, "This is all, my Lord. This is all I have to offer. Please accept. You know what's best for me. I'm not gonna make any request or petition unto you. You know what I deserve. You know how to, alleviate my current bad situation in life. Whereas you have a lengthy list of requests that you want to make.
Right.
And now you're not focused on what this whole thing, who you're sitting down in front of. Most of the times we sit down in front of God, and we're asking for help and we're making requests, failing to acknowledge and realize that this is the supreme source of this whole world. We don't speak with him the way we should have. Again, we were answering the phone while we were making those requests. Or our thoughts are, is the food being prepared? Is this family sister going to show up and whatnot? So who do you think of the two prayers are really going to?
Mataji.
Absolutely.
Mataji.
Because like you said, it comes back to the second point.
Right.
Whatever is offered, Bhagavad Gita has a verse, very strong verse that says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Patram, even if you don't have these lengthy lists of puja materials, ingredients,
Right.
if you have a single leaf or pushpam, if you have only a single flower, even a petal of a flower,
Right, right.
if you don't have any of those two, just a single drop of water, as long as it's offered in,
Love and devotion.
yes, Shraddha and Bhakti, faith, devotion and love, as long as those qualities are there and you realize that you're speaking with the Lord, He gives us everything, you know.
Mhm.
We do not, he does not want us to offer Him banana and mahambog and so forth. He provides all of this to us. These are things that are temporarily lent to us.
Right, right,
When we fail to realize it, that is when we get carried away,
right.
focusing on the unwanted nature that we should have not delved on.
You know,
So excellent point.
Thank you very much. Mataji. So, the other thing is, and I'm glad you say that. I am really glad you say, and I like where we're going. We're talking about Pagwa. When I go sometime, I see so much banana, and please, by no means, I swear to my God, that I'm not being judgmental. I'm just making observation that some people would give like, oh my God, there's so much banana and so much things there, and I don't know what to do with them after that. If you put one banana, or let me put this question to you now: if you put one banana or 100 banana, does it make any sense or difference when it comes to God?
No.
No.
Does not make a difference. Again, it is all about the intent behind putting 1,000 bananas or a single banana. It's the intent, it's the mindset, it's the reason, and it's the way you offer that banana. And again, we don't want to get this twisted.
Right.
You can offer 1,000 bananas if that is your wish and your
Right,
desire,
absolutely.
and that's a oath you took in your mind, and you do it out of a pure devotion and love. By all means.
Right.
By all means, offer the best to the Lord. We are supposed to give the best to Bhagwan, to God. The best of whatever we accumulate or acquire, we should give to Him.
And my best could be one banana or half banana.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely. Your best, not the best in everybody else's eyes.
Yeah,
Your best.
Yeah, but we are so judgmental. I pray that we change the way we look at things, or how God really would accept us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go with another song.
So, no, I just want to ask you something. You said you don't know what happened to the offerings,
Right.
to the banana that is offered, right? So that banana is shared to the devotees.
Oh, really?
Because once you
Oh, very
offer that prasad to Bhagwan, to God, it becomes a blessed. It becomes like ambrosia. Now when you share that out, it's like you're sharing the food of God.
Well,
with
every
the
week you
others.
need to go to church and bring some bananas for me. That's blessed one. That's
You are
blessed.
as a helper.
Every day I put bananas on my altar. Then
Oh,
my
really?
husband, can I eat it now? I'm like, okay, later.
You know, I have a little boy that come. He's about 13, 14 years old, and every Sunday he come and he would open the door, and he would bring some banana, you know, the big package that he get at church.
Okay.
Yeah, and he would bring it out. He tear it up too, because I like little nice things sometimes.
That's where it all goes. Rightly said, accurately said. It's all being offered to the Lord, and then after we conclude the prayers, the worship, it's distributed. It's a food from Bhagwan again, from God that we distribute.
Okay, so
It's
might
not
be-
wasted.
It's not be
it's
a
being
bad thing
eaten,
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd eat it, and if you could get healthier, by all means, go and get eat.
It's the mahambog and the ghee. See, they say I look 16.
Hey, we gotta start eat some plenty parasad and thing now. We gotta come to church. Well, we have to come to you.
We've been promising that.
I have to take one day off and come.
Please do, please do. We'd love for you to come and deliver. I spoke to the devotees already. You're dealing with, and again, on that note, I want to commend you, and acknowledge,
Thank
and
you.
congratulate you for all that you're doing for our society. You're playing a pivotal part in awakening our sleeping cells within the community. I don't mean that in a bad way, but we're all sleeping cells from time and again. And the message, you've been very prominent in prevailing with the message you send out there. So thank you for that on everyone's behalf. We acknowledge and we appreciate that. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. And we would love to have you at the Mandir sometime. Please let me know when you're coming.
Thank
And
you.
we'd love for you to deliver. We'll give you some time. Deliver. Speak to the youngsters.
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
to the
I love that.
attendees.
I would love
Deliver
that.
something. Because there's a lot of, beyond a religious perspective, there's a lot of different challenges that we
Absolutely.
face within the society,
Yeah.
which we need to tackle.
And thank you. It's coming from Panditji. I love that.
Most
Thank you
welcome.
very much. But, you know, every day, you know, when I go to bed, I don't pray for a big house. I pray that God would bless me with health and strength and would help me to help other people and would put our angels in my way so that I could help other people. I don't pray for richness because it doesn't help. I pray that I could help someone, that I could touch one wholeheartedly. You know, so that makes me sad when I say it. When I say that, because Radhika get to know me now, I genuinely want to help somebody who is struggling or who needs the help. You know, and I think, and every day of my life, I'm like, I want to be a better human being, and I like that because when I'm even little, when I was a little boy, I was bad, I was wicked. I tell people that I was malicious. No, I was wicked. I was a little wicked boy. And I thank God that I've become this human being
Came a
that
long
I
way.
am, and I came a far way. So thank God that happened. Let me go to a nice tune here now. Let's see what we're gonna get. Pagua mix. No. Oh.
Rapid B. First priority, karma be crazy.
Holy querer gubira, guárdeme, holy querer gubira. Holy querer gubira, guárdeme, holy querer gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder, holy querer gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder, holy querer gubira. We beat them with whole up, we beat them with handball. With all up, we beat them with going all over. Singing with shout-out. Going, singing with shout-out. Singing and beating Majira. Oh, singing and beating Majira. Why you say, holy querida gubira. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira. We pumping the Abira, wetting everybody. Pumping the Abira, wetting everybody. Good over evil, come celebrate with me. Good over evil, come celebrate with me. Everybody coming together. Oh, everybody playing Pagua. Why you say, holy querida gubira. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira. Playing with Pagua, we playing all over. Playing with Pagua, we playing all over. We proud and celebrating 'cause this is the culture. Proud and celebrating 'cause this is the culture. Look at the colors all over. Yes, it's Abira powder all over. Why you say, holy querida gubira. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira. We spraying, we happy, we throwing, we powder. Holy querida gubira.
That's right. That's right. Welcome back to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken, and back to Panditji. I see he get his mic. He's ready to fire off. What's
You
your
know,
take?
you
Oh,
know
go ahead.
one thing that is in my heart to do. I always want to go back to Guyana to spend the Pago. I haven't done that in nearly over 40 years.
Really.
Over 40 years, and it's in my head. I want to go and spend the Pago there and an Easter as well.
Well, I have to put it into perspective. Mataji, while you're alive,
Yes.
live it.
Yes, exactly.
Make a plan next year. Carry your husband, carry your children, and let them see what Guyana one is like. And and I'm glad you say that because there's so many of us want to do things, and we wait till we get old when we walk with stick. Now that you could walk and run a little bit, now is the
No,
best time.
it's on my bucket list. It's something. that
I'll
I do.
greatly suggest. Have you celebrated Pago in Guyana?
Long time. When I was young by then.
You also need, but from what I've heard from friends and colleagues in the temple setting, it's not the same as it used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is different from what you would see in New York. It's very different from the parade. You have to see the love and back in the days, it was beyond explanation what happened around Pagwa
Yeah,
time.
it was something that you, oh my gosh, you look forward to. You prepared for that like over a month or two. Pago was coming.
And see,
And
she mentioned Easter because even Hindus, Easter
Right.
comes around, we all have our kite flying. The
Exactly. so.
brotherhood, the sisterhood is there.
Absolutely.
Religion did not separate us.
That's right.
Background did not separate us. The color of our skin did not separate us. At least apart from where I was from, we all celebrated.
We want to say good night to Mr. Ryan Jeffrey. And yes, this Saturday, March the 11th, Chutney Wine inside Liberty Palace. Please support all this cause because you know what? Buddy Singh takes this money back to Guyana. He helped people with wheelchair, do so many things. So please support him. We wish we could have gone, but you know what? But we'll see how we can donate to somehow. If we get a little more Dutch now, we can, give him something so that, but we don't need to be present. You know what I'm saying, Radhika?
yeah.
We have Chandra Ramdeo say blessings to all. Happy Pagwa, everyone. Thank you, Panditji, for the explanation. God is one always. Let's see, we have Nandasi Panditji. What is the story between Prahalad and Vishnu?
So Prahalad, again, just for your enlightenment, is the little boy we were talking about, the devotee. He was at a very young age, and in our system as Hindus, we instruct the youngsters in what's called a Gurukulam setting. We send them off to school at a tender age for their training.
Right.
And upon going there, that's where he acquired knowledge from his guru of Bhagwan Vishnu, who is the Lord, who's God, the supreme source of the entire universe. And he acquired knowledge on Bhagwan Vishnu, and that was where he came to the realization and the awareness that this is who God was. And from then on, through the grace of his guru, he became very closely tied to the feet of Bhagwan Vishnu, and he started worshipping. And a very popular mantra to Bhagwan Vishnu, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, was what he repeated and recited over and over again, and drawn him closer and closer along his path of devotion to Lord Vishnu. And for the evil forces of Hiranyakashipu to be defeated, it says the father now to try to kill him. Prahalad, they were going on a back and forth in the palace, and he was asking, where is your God? Is he going to come save you? The dad was asking the son, let him come and save you now, after everything else didn't work.
So that's my favorite part of the story, because the king, Hiranyakashipu, he had prayed for I don't know how many hundreds of years, so that this blessing, this boon, that he couldn't, that he wouldn't die at the hands of a man or a beast. He wouldn't die either day
Oh, you
or
tell me
night.
the story. I think you tell me the story.
Yes, I
It
did.
is going back to like what
Yes.
most of us would ask for.
Yes.
We try to buy God out
Yeah.
sometimes, right? He
And,
had all these different steps. He asked to be immortal. He didn't want to die.
Yeah.
But that defeats the law of creation.
And that he wouldn't die. What's the other one?
He didn't want to die by the hands of Nar or Pashu, which means man, human beings, or at the hands of an animal. He didn't want to die during the day, nor
Nor
in
the
the
night.
night. He didn't want to die on the earth,
Or
nor in the air.
Air.
So how he died?
He came up with all these different qualities.
He thought he was smart.
He
So-
wanted
So-
to outsmart God, like I said.
So when Bhagwan Vishnu took the avatar to come and save his devotee, he came as a man and a beast. He was half and half. And it was at the dusk of the night, so it was neither day nor night. And he was, and when he killed him, he was up on one of the pillars, right?
So
He put him
his feet.
up on
You
his
rest him
feet,
on- yeah.
arrest him on his feet.
Oh, wow.
So he
His
was
thighs.
not in the air and he was not in the ground.
Oh, wow.
He was not in the air and he was not in the ground.
That's a profound message.
It's a profound message.
It is. It is.
Don't
And
try to cheat God.
we can't.
True.
And many, like we were saying, it's all about good being triumphant over evil forces and faculties, irrespective. And somebody asked for a line of a bhajan. It's not a holy song, but this one line that I'll sing has excellent pivotal meaning tied to this whole Phagwa celebration.
You might got help, but go ahead.
Whenever evil, it's about, goodness being triumphant over evil forces, there will be dark forces of all nature, all
course.
qualities, and
Every day.
everything and everybody will come there, and they will create situations that will deceive you, or at least attempt and try several ways to deceive you and stray you from the path on which you focus here. And the bhajan says, when all else fails, when the brother, when the sister, when the parent, when the community members, when the best friend fail to come to our aid and to our help in a bad moment, or when we do desperately need that help, the bhajan says, Jab koi nahi aata hai, jab koi nahi aata hai, when nobody else comes, jab koi nahi aata hai, when none else come, when no other forces come forth to be and give a helping hand to us in trying times, in times of need, there's one person that will come. जब कोई नहीं आता है मेरा कृष्ण आता है मेरे बिगड़े दिनों के वो बड़ा काम आते हैं. When all else fails, there's one person that will come. And in this bhajan, we hear the name Krishna, which represents God again. And again, not only Hindu God, we do not want to restrict this only to Hinduism, but God, all other forces comes. Dukha ke dino ke wo, when painful days come, when sorrowful days come, when trying times hit our doors, God will be there, irrespective of like how Hiranyakashipu came up with this lengthy list of qualities that will proclaim him near to immortal. He's coming up with a list of qualities that are so hard to defeat by mankind. That is why God himself, impossible qualities for his death, which is why Bhagwan had to come, and Bhagwan will be the one who will find a way when nothing else seems to be working. God will make it work for you. You have to be as devoted, you have to be as dedicated as Prahaladji was, Bhakta Prahalad was, and God will come, he will put things into motion to ensure that his true devotees, his true followers, achieve victory in the end.
True.
This was the scenario between Bhagwan Vishnu. So Bhagwan Vishnu took the form as Narsingh Dev, the avatar of the half lion, half man incarnation to kill Hiranyakashipu. So he was not killed by man or
Beast.
by animal.
He was not killed in the day nor in the
Nor
night.
in the night
He was not killed on the earth
or
nor
the sky.
on the sky.
That's right. That's when some people think they're smart. Anyhow, somebody just mentioned, they say, Radhika know a lot.
Oh.
But I want them to know. Let me help them here. You see this Delahin here? She come from Pandit family. You hear her name? Her name was Maharaj.
Maharaj.
Maharaj?
Yeah.
So-
Maharaj Dubey.
Maharaj Dubey. So she daddy was a Maharaja and she mother was a
Dubey.
Maharani.
Maharani. So she knows a lot. A lot of her family, I think, right, is
Yeah, I come from a lineage of Pandits too.
a lot.
And then I messed it up when I married a Venezuelan
Oh,
guy.
Jesus Christ. God will forgive you, don't worry.
You can't change what we're destined for, right?
True. And that goes to, and I want to tell you, since you say that, no matter of all the things that you do, for me, as long as you're a great human being, is that if you help people, because at the same time, a lot of times, and you could probably jump into, a lot of times you see people who go to church every day, right? You ask them for $1. And I'm not, listen, people got their money that they give who. They give who they want to give, don't get me wrong. But you go to a man who has a lot of money, and you ask him $1 and he will tell you no. But if you go to a poor man and you say, give me $1, he will give you that money.
You know why? That poor man would give you $1 because he's in a situation and he knows what it means for somebody to extend a helping hand.
Mm-hmm.
And
Majority,
that is always why I think Ken is so giving and generous and thing, because you, Ken, I know you went through all of this at one moment in your life. You were desperate. You had no food. You had no place. You had nothing. And that's why you are trying to give back to the community. You're trying to help those in need. And a lot of people don't know where it is coming from, why you are the way that you are. And even now, a lot of people, you go to a poor person's house, you're always offered food, no matter what, even if somebody is going to be short of food, but they want you to eat a mouthful of food in their house. And you may go to a rich man's house and they don't have time. They don't have
even
time
want you walk in there.
can't even sit on the sofa, you know,
Right.
and all these kinds of things.
You know, my wife will tell you, and I'm not, please, by no means I'm bringing up myself because I know me. My wife will tell you that she will give me $20 to go to work, and I would probably come back with no money. But out of that $20, somebody will come to me at work and say, listen, I don't have money to go home. I don't have money to buy food. And I'll give them the $20 and they'll give me back. They will give me back sometime down the road. Or sometimes some of them, bare face, they don't give me back. But it's okay. It's all right because my belief is very different from a lot of people. I always pray to God and ask Him to keep me humble. And that's all I want. I will care. Y'all will be surprised. Radhika will tell you, oh Lord, no, I'm not talking story here. But you have to think about people. A couple of months ago, Radhika was going to Arizona. No, Arizona. Where you went to?
Fort Lauderdale?
No, Radhika went to where all the casino and so is.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
She went to Las Vegas, and I'm just telling the story of, because some people bash me, they don't know, and I'm just saying this. Like, I know Radhika was going there, and I got a lot of big friends, but I don't say nothing much. But my friend, he's a doctor, and he is a big doctor there. He's a big pain specialist doctor, and he liked curry or duck curry and roti. So when Radhika was, thank you so much.
You're
When
welcome.
Radhika was going, I make sure I send one bag with different kind of curry, goat and lamb and duck, and I send it to him. And
One bag of roti.
one bag roti. You know what I'm saying?
The rice he can take care
So
of.
I preach, but I try to, what I preach, I try to live by. I remember, although he was a doctor, and I never forget his kindness. One time he said, he called me Rampy, my car break down. And I always have two vehicles. And I said, come get one of mine to use for 2 weeks. So we have to move away from things, material things, because at the end of the day, when you see I dead Panditji, you will come stand, you younger than me. You will come stand up there and watch me take nothing with me. And what's going to go through you and Radhika mind if y'all outlive me is, look at me better boy, he gone, he don't care nothing, but you'll remember the
For a long
kindness,
time with us.
the words that I use, the things that I say. So I want, as we are celebrating Pagua and these holidays, let us try to be more humane and not dress up 99 to 100 and go to church. Let's be kinder to each other. And one thing I want to tell people, and I got to be honest with you, that these things go through, you know, I'm a thinker. Sometimes I notice, I watch. I notice sometimes because you poor, and I'm just using terms crazy here. Sometimes because you're poor, you go to church so easy and you take your little thing, you pass and you go home. And your pandit doesn't have a minute of time to come say, devotee, how you doing? Is everything all right? You will see sometime your pandit go run and go kiss Radhika because she's an actress or because she give plenty dachshund. But I want to encourage Pandit, and I want to encourage you too, as you're a young guy growing up.
Excellent point.
I want you to pay attention to those who don't have a voice, to those who go to temple and sit easy in a corner, and you go and said, how you say it, Bahinji or how the guy?
Is there anything I can do?
Namaste. Any,
How can
yeah.
how is
yeah.
everything going?
How are
on?
you doing?
Can
How
I
are you
help
know?
you with something? Or when they go home, you said, "Hi, Radhika, how are you? I noticed you was in temple today. You were very quiet. Is there anything that I can do for help you?"
So
Talk to me.
that's a great point, but it's although as if it's a coin with two sides,
Mhm.
in the sense that it is, yes, excellent idea to be humane as possible, and we all try and we aspire to
Right,
do
right.
so. At the same time, too much of forwardness and going into someone's space could bring about havoc and problem
Mhm.
also.
Mhm.
So most often at times we go for being open, let the audience know, let our devotees know if there's anything that needs to be discussed or addressed. People want privacy, you don't know who's around, you don't know who's eardropping,
Right,
certain
right.
things cannot be discussed,
Mhm.
and they don't want to be approached in a certain way also.
Mhm.
So we let it be known that if there's anything that needs to
Cloud.
be addressed or we can be of any sort of help in whatever way,
Right, right, right.
that's the duty of the pundit,
Mhm.
and the same as the pastor and imam.
Mhm.
We are like servants of the community. We try to relieve everybody's situation. We try to bring a bright day towards them and try to help as much as we can in whatever way possible.
Right, right.
So we let that message resonate out there. We're here to help. We're here to assist. Reach out, and if the situation now you can judge by being a human being. You judge situations and circumstances. Yes, if you see a certain person sitting in a condition that you think that needs immediate attention and to be addressed, you'll find a way. Being in a position as a pundit, we know we have been trained. There are courses we take. You know how to address and how to engage in a discussion along that nature. So I don't want to echo the message as being too forward. We have to be mindful and
Right,
careful,
right. Of course.
not to violate. But excellent point. We need to assess the situation. We need to approach accordingly.
Mhm.
We need to be very mindful of the words and the language we use and how we speak. And again, absolutely, we should try to go approach those situations and try to rectify
Mhm.
and correct them to the best of our ability.
Mhm.
Because some people, when they're sick, they go to doctors. That's physical. But when your soul, when your mind needs healing, you go to your priest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
That's
they,
something.
they should know that is the person you can go and talk to, and they will help you. They will guide you along the way that you should go. I mean, they would give you options, I guess. You know.
And you know, on that note, there should be no spiritual leader, because this is an oath that we take when we begin this journey. There should not be a fee, there should not be any monetary contributions, there should not be, like you said, your dressing, your qualities, your possession that should distinguish a religious leader or a spiritual leader to acknowledge these situations. We should be fair across the board. Money should not come into the picture. Whatever the person is wearing should not come into the picture.
Right.
However they speak, their knowledge, their academic background should not be factors that should be considered before we extend a helping hand. This is one of the qualities, and as Hindus, as human beings out there, whichever religious background you're from, ensure that you're a spiritual leader. You have that access where you're allowed to engage in certain types of discussion with them. And
Right.
you shouldn't be tied. If there's a religious leader that tells you this, that you have to pay a certain fee for them to counsel you or for them to hear of your problems, this is highly, highly inaccurate and not recommended by me and majority of our Pandit brothers.
Well, you
So-
could take a little, if they rich and they want to give you a little dachshund.
A Dakshina given of their heart is
Right.
something, and you telling them, give
Right.
me $500 and I will do this for you or do that for you. You know, that's the difference.
Some
If-
people get the idea that going to Pandit means money or means giving of a gift or something. No, I want to openly, clearly, boldly, at least for me, I can attest for myself, in the line of doing serving as a Pandit within our community, there's no money, there's no dakshina, none of that ties. And I can share my number. If there's somebody that like to ask a question or say something or just want to have a discussion, they can do so. They might get my voicemail majority of the times, but leave a message, I'll get back to you.
And
Or
he
send
does.
me a text and I'll
He
get back
does.
to you.
My Aja was a Pandit Ramdani Maharaj, and whenever he went, there was never a fee for. They were the one who performed all the pujas in Mahaika
But-
Creek, And then when the devotee would give him dachna, but if he saw they were poor, he would give them back the money.
Oh.
He would give them back the, and sometimes even more, so that
Absolutely.
they can, they can provide for their family. So that is the kind of Pandit family that I come from. We're givers, not takers.
Amen.
That's how the senior pundits were, majority of them. And in this day and age, things are changing drastically. And we need to get back to the roots sometimes. Not with everything, but certain things are sacred, and we need to stay on track with them.
In defense,
That's one of them.
in defense, I don't have no pundit friend, but you really, but I think in defense too that pundits that have this as a profession, and they depend on the little dachshund for pay rent and mortgage, and so it might be a different story.
No, I have to stop you there.
Yeah. Okay. No, I stand corrected.
Being a pundit, and it's just for all of us in our audience enlightenment, being a pundit, it's not a profession that should serve as providing for the family.
Oh, really?
It's not a source of income, so to speak.
Oh,
right?
really?
That
Wow.
may sound more appropriate. It's not a source of income. A pundit is a spiritual guide, is a counselor, is a spiritual leader to aid, to help the devotees. So you're not tied to a fee. There's no text that says that you have to give a certain amount of fees for there's what's called dakshina, and like Mataji said, it's a gift. It's a token of appreciation by the performer that performs this puja, celebration. But there's no text, no scriptural authority that says this X amount of fees should be given for a Janadi year, so on and so forth. The Pandit is not going to study so that he can earn or be an excellent Pandit and excel in the various level, whatever avenues he chooses to be the primary source of income to provide for his family. No.
Well,
So
it's
that
after
needs to be clarified.
It's 10:03 now. You see, we didn't expect time was running so fast.
I'm
So-
sorry.
No.
It's all right.
We
It's
enjoy
okay.
this. We enjoy
We could
every
carry on. We
minute.
could carry on.
There's a lot to be discussed.
It's a lot, and I hope that you come back. Radhika, you want to close, and then Panditji will close, and I will, or you want me go first, or how you want to do this?
I can close and then let you do the close.
Go ahead. What do you think?
All right. It's now 10:03. Our time has overgone a little bit. I just want to shout out a message to each and every one of you. Happy Holi, first of all. It's time for Masti and lots of love tomorrow, right? Time to look forward to some Holi Dhamaka, right? Let's do it, right?
Dhamaka.
So, Shob Pagwa or Holi to each and every one of you. And to my brothers and sisters, my Hindu brothers and sisters, to everyone logged on today, Muslim brothers and sisters, Hindu brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters, I just want to say, if there's a song in your heart, sing it. If there's love in your heart, show it. If there are dreams in your mind, chase them. Your life is meant for living. Don't ever be afraid to share the real you. All right. Namaste, happy Holi, and God bless you.
Can I just acknowledge one comment that I see
Go
here
ahead.
from Princess Zamin
Yes,
Jamil?
yes.
And she said, hi Pandit, talk about regions, so means God is one, no offense. And you're absolutely right with that. God is one. And like I've said, even the previous time I came on here, irrespective of our religious background, whatever name we call God, however we pray, the setting of our worship that we do may be different, it might vary. We should never disrespect the other person's method of worship, way of worship, but we are allowed to have our own ways in how we worship and do our puja. And God is one. And a quick example for Zamina Ji is, it is like myself being a Pandit. Here I'm dressed with my dhoti and my kurta. I look differently. I speak based on the scriptural authorities that I've learned, studied. Then when I'm home, my two boys are still probably up. They're going to go, I take my kurta, I'm in my t-shirt and my pajama, and they'll come jump on my back.
You're a dad.
I'm a dad in that standpoint. When I go to my job, I'm an inspector. I
Right.
dress differently, I speak differently, I carry myself differently.
Mhm.
So right there, and the list goes on. I'm a Pandit, I'm a dad, then with my dulahin, I'm a husband.
That was in my mind.
I can't miss that.
Yeah.
There's a different
I was going to talk a piece too. Don't worry, it's not going to get away. But go ahead.
So as a same person, same one individual, as a
Exactly.
pundit, as a dad, as a father, as a husband, as a worker, as an inspector. See how many different names I'm called?
But
In
it's
all four
still you.
places, I'm dressed differently, I'm addressed differently, I speak differently, I communicate differently. So it doesn't matter if we communicate in Arabic or Sanskrit or Hindi or plain English. It may varies, and God is one. That cannot be questioned. He's the ultimate and the supreme source. He speaks all the language upon the face of the earth. He communicates with all the different types of people, the different beings. So irrespective of how you pray, where you pray, and who you pray to, as long as you worship God, that supreme being, in Hinduism we say Ishwara,
Ishwara Allah.
Ishwara Allah, yeah, whatever name, the bhajan says, whatever name you call God out to, as long as you realize God is the supreme source that drives this universe, worship Him wholeheartedly, faithfully, and your desires will be achieved. So that's to get to that point. That's an excellent point. And to conclude, God is one across the board, irrespective of whatever path we follow or how we call on to Him. And second note, as I take your leave, as I extend Shubh Holy greetings to one and all, to you both. And again, thank you all. May the bright, vibrant colors of Holy resonate within your home, within your heart. May you continue to be bold, vibrant, and bright with those colors throughout the year. Be as bold and bright to your fellow human beings, your fellow brothers and sisters. And let us use this as a momentum to destroy all the negative thinkings we would have been engaged in within the mind. It's a starting point, moving forward. Get rid of them, rid them from our thoughts, our mindset. Move forward on a positive note. Spread love. Spread unity. This is what Holy is about. Spread unity, spread the love. Be vibrant, and very, very importantly, there's a lot of sweet meats that will be shared. Gulab jamun, goja, gulgula, jalebis, pera, all these beautiful, very
Yes.
delicious delicacies. Vermicelli, kheer, sweet rice, and all these things, rice pudding. It is not only the day for us to indulge and eat up the sweet meat. It also marks a reminder to continue to be sweet to our fellow beings throughout the year also. Be as sweet as those delicacies are. Don't only eat them and enjoy it, and when it's finished, it's not the end of it. Continue to be sweet to your brother, to your sister, to your family members, to your co-worker, and to your society. With that said, Shubh Holi to one and all. Bhagwan's richest blessings to you both and our community at large, to everyone. Blessed Holi to all of you. God's blessings.
So, Chandra Ramdev, a very good evening to you too. And so Rowena says, Pandit, thank you, Pandit, for all your information. Can't wait for you to come back soon. He will come back. He is the official Pandit, actually, in my
Our
mind.
in-house pandit.
Our in-house Pandit, that whenever he wants to come or we got anything of interest to discuss, we'll bring him. My sister Naomi Ramdas is watching. Thank you very much. John from Queens, thank you very much for watching. My sister Amanda Khan, thank you for being so kind, be good, and you are Miss Religion. That's what we want, to be kind, to be good. I learned a new thing. Not only my co-host is Brown Sugar, she is Mataji today, moving forward. You know, I like to add a little spice to things. Pandit, I honestly love you. And I say that
Appreciate that. Thank you.
because you are such a kind and a great human being. I pray that your message today would shine bright in this world and that you will make a difference. And those are the kind of people that I want to team up with, people like you.
Thank you.
And so I want to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this show. We are not the biggest and the brightest stars in Hollywood, but don't forget to tune in this Sunday for the Grammy Awards, the Ken Grammy Awards right here in Queens. And so I want to say thank you, both of you, for this meaningful conversation. And we will continue to do this. You're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika. You know, sometimes I got to have some soul
Emotions.
cleaning and some emotion and these things. And not that I'm weak, but I like to, when I acknowledge good people, it's a lot goes on inside of me. And I cry because of good things sometimes. I don't cry because of pain or because my wife hit me with the bellman thing. No, she don't beat me by that. But I tear up sometimes because of people, humility, their kindness, and how humble they are. We pray that you guys have a great Diwali, Pagwak. And we said, Shubh Pagua.
Shub Holi.
Shub Holi.
Oh God, Shub Holy Pagua, everybody. Fun. They'll laugh at me, but you know what? We love you guys, and thank you again, Pandit, for coming. And
Absolutely.
I can't wait to come and speak to your people, your youths, to share my story of failure and success, of kindness, patience, and love.
Greatly appreciate that. Welcome you. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you all next week, Monday, 8 o'clock on the dot.
All right, then. Take it easy. Let's see what anybody say. Yes, Rowena Lal. It's a good work, and like I said, sometimes it's not what we say of how we say, what we feel in our heart, and I'm so glad sometimes that I pray that God will continue. The only thing I pray that God do to is I don't cry sometimes. He makes me the heart is something else for me. I want him to make me a tough guy, but what can I say?
You're a crybaby.
Love you guys. Bye bye.